So we've created this generous bot that follows back, but what about a narcissist bot? Maybe a bot that loves your own tweets, or loves a tweet based on some certain words. How can we build that? Well, let's remove this generous bot for now, or at least comment it out and leave it at the bottom. What we want to do is, let's say we want to search the keywords Python. For now, let's just search through number of tweets, and we'll set it at 2. We'll get to what these mean in a second. What we're going to do here is I'm going to say for tweet in the tweepy.cursor. Again, this time around, instead of going through followers, I want to go through tweets. So in here, I can do something called api.search. If we go to the documentation here, and we go to the API reference, we see we have api.search that returns tweets that match a specified query. Again, if I go back, I can just say api.search to search the tweets, and we just search based on the term, which is right here, search. Let's rename this just so we know it's different, search string. Let's make this a little bit smaller. So this is going to be search string. So we're going to search the tweets with the search string of Python. So we're going to try and find all the tweets that contain the word Python. And I'm also going to do items in here so we can loop through them. But within the items, I can give it how many items we want to loop through. In this case, we just want to find the 2 tweets. So number of items, it's going to be 2. And in here, we're going to have another try block. And this try block is just going to say tweet.favorite to favorite the tweet. That includes Python. And we'll just print to make sure that it worked. I liked that tweet. Finally here, we can also add the limit handler to this cursor. But because we're only going through 2 items, I think we should be fine. Although it's always a good idea to wrap the limit handler with a tweepy cursor like we did before, but I just want to keep this clean so you can see what's going on. Now in here, we've printed this. We'll do an except block here that will say tweepy.tweepy error. So this is if the tweepy errors, we'll just say as E. And in here, we'll just print the reason for the error. And then finally, if we get any stop iteration errors, in that case, we can just break out of the loop. So let's save this and see if this works. I'm going to open up my console and run our file. All right, we get an error. We have tweepy has no attribute tweepy error. And that's because it should be tweep error. Again, let's run this. And oh boy, we have another error here. This time around, there's no tweet.favorite. But if I go to the API and I do, let's say, favorite, I don't get any results. And this is because I'm Canadian. And fun fact, if you're Canadian, this is how you spell favorite. But in the States, you spell favorite like this, with an O. There you go. We have a favorite method here. So again, fun fact, I'm Canadian, but also Romanian, and that was my spelling error because, well, tweepy was obviously written by person speaking American English. All right, so let's give it a go. And it looks like we have twice. I like that tweet. Let's go back to check if this worked. If I go back to, let's say, profile and look at likes. Hey, look at that. I've liked a tweet that happened 1 hour ago that had the word Python. And another tweet that I have no idea what's saying, but looks like there's Python in here. Yeah, look, there's Python right over there. Hopefully none of these say anything bad, but look at that. You can see here that I've liked these tweets. I'm going to remove that just because I don't know if I should be liking these. There you go. How cool is that? So now our narcissistic tweet can potentially just tweet anything that says our own name or like our own name. If there's ever a tweet that has my own name, well, let's do that. Let's like the 5 tweets that have my own name, and my narcissistic bot will hopefully work. And look at that. This is kind of embarrassing, but it looks like I've already liked 2 of those tweets. You have already favorited this status. But let's go back. If I refresh here now, all right, look at that. I've favorited all the tweets that include my names. And looks like these ones I've already liked before. Very, very cool. There's my narcissistic bot. And you can do different things here. For example, I can retweet as well, if I wanted to, instead of favorite. So now you know how on Twitter you always have those bots that somehow always retweet something? Well, this is what they do. They look for a keyword like JavaScript or Python or whatever, and they automatically retweet it. Very, very cool. As you can see, this Tweepy library is very useful, and combined with the Twitter API, you can do some really interesting things. But again, you want to be responsible here because there's a lot of ways that you can abuse and just spam people with Twitter. But hopefully, now you see some use cases. For example, if you want to follow back all your followers, instead of clicking through every single profile, you now have a programmer's way of solving that problem with good old Python. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.